now, and I believe that will be another pinch hitter.
And welcome to another Voice-a-thon here on SportstownChicago.com. WISC, Rick Camp and Alex here with you. Pete, who we're going to have to give hell to, because he was talking all week about hopefully getting to talk to Lindsey again, and then he's quote-unquote stuck in traffic as he seems to be. But we are happy now to have on the line with us, victorious once again from Team Christina, Lindsey Pavao. Lindsey, how are you doing this morning?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good over here. I guess right off the top, I mean, what did you think of your performances this week?
Both of them were crazy for different reasons. One of them had a lot going on, and the other one was the last chance. But I kind of gave it my all, and I never think that my all is ever going to be perfect. I'm never going to have a perfect performance, but I was happy, and I've never done this before, so it's kind of just learning, kind of on the go.
Well, obviously, your last chance song, it was obvious to everyone else that you were very moved. Christina was very moved, and that was a fantastic performance. For your other song, we saw that you made a switch up in the middle. You were initially going to do the Rihanna medley, and then you switched to the Katy Perry song. When was it that you decided to make that change? How long did you have to prepare when you decided to switch to the Katy Perry song?
I think about less than a week before I went on stage with the Katy Perry song, we decided to switch it. So it was really last minute. And things just weren't working out. And it's not that I don't want to do a Rihanna song. There just wasn't enough time to make it good. And I wasn't going to slap something together if it wasn't good. Because, I kind of have an obligation to put on a good show considering the stakes and considering that it's, a TV show. So, yeah, it was very rushed, and it was scary, but, the show will go on with or without you. So
and it obviously paid off for you in the end.
Yeah, it did, luckily. It wasn't my favorite performance that I've done, but, I'm proud of it for what it was.
How much time do you guys practice your last chance song versus your main song? I mean, I know obviously all you guys are doing is the stuff for the show, but I mean, how much time do you dedicate to that secondary song in case you need it?
Honestly, very little. It's meant to be just kind of a authentic kind of snippet of you. So we practice it for about 15 minutes with the band, and that's when I showed them the arrangement of the song I wanted. I said, "This is it. I just want acoustic guitar," and I was really supposed to play acoustic, but there were some logistical things with staging and moving around and all that.
Yeah.
And then on our performance day, we get to run through it 3 times.
Wow.
And that's it. So
wow.
We get three mic rehearsals, and then it's showtime. And that's the funny thing people don't realize when they go to criticize some people's performances is that, this is basically doing it cold, So if you think about the production level, it's kind of ridiculous, but that's why whenever I see anybody perform on any of the teams, I always put it in the scope of, they've had 2 weeks to put together, like a VMA performance.
Now,
half of them do better than VMA performances.
Right.
I was just going to say
exactly.
That.
Yeah,
and these are all actually live, too.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of
absolutely.
those
no second take.
Yeah, some of those VMA things can be a tough go at times. But I have a question that Pete texted me that he wanted to ask you about, and of course this is a Pete question. Are there all your designers for hair and makeup and such on set? Because, and I don't quite understand the text if he was you and had your hair, or if he had hair in general, that he would go the crimping route. What are your thoughts?
The crimping route?
I guess that's what he said he would do. I don't know.
Pete's stuck in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, crazy thing, I actually did have my hair crimped in the results show when I did my last chance song, but it was the tiniest crimper. My hair just looks frizzy, but it's a little tiny mini crimp. It's the smallest thing I've ever seen, and it took 4 hours.
Wow.
But yeah, there are hair and makeup, wardrobe people everywhere on set, checking you before you ever go on stage to make sure that your clothes are right and your hair is right and your eyelashes aren't falling off and like it's endless. And there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make, people look the way they look.
So we got to ask you, you see what goes on behind the scenes. You're down to the last. There's only 2 people left. You started out with 12 people on Team Christina. Just you and Chris are left. Were you as shocked as everybody at home that she chose to send Jesse home last week?
Yes, I was, but I can't see myself being not shocked by anything. And I know that sounds very neutral, but I think especially with Jesse, just because the common consensus was that Jesse was super, super strong singer, therefore he wouldn't go home. But what no one really expected was Christina's criteria isn't necessarily that you're the strongest singer. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of a twist. But I was in shock. Yeah, we were all very confused. So,
like we mentioned, it's down to you and Chris. We got Chris coming on right after. You have any smack talk for Chris?
No, actually, you know what? Chris and I get along so well, and we're kind of similar in a lot of ways. We tease each other a lot. We have the same kind of sense of humor. Like, I say he looks like one of the vampires from True Blood, and he says I look like... He does. Do you guys watch True Blood?
A little bit. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it,
he looks like Bill Compton. He does.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, he looks just like him. And
that's why they have to tape all the segments at night.
He tells me I look like Kristen Stewart from Twilight, and so we just kind of back and forth back.
You have much better hair than she
honestly,
does.
I don't remember what her hair looks like, honestly. I'll have to go look it up.
That's exactly why you were
I know I have
much
less
better.
hair. My head shaved.
Well, Alex is also bald, so he's kind of got that envious thing going on as well.
This is true.
So between his bald head and Pete's almost bald head, I'm the only one with an actual set of hair here. But before we let you go, we got asked last week as James Massoni, Mr. Mass 1, said, we need another brain buster. So our brain buster, instead of Lion versus Gorilla, Transformers versus Ninja Turtles.
Transformers versus Ninja Turtles. I'm going to go with Ninja Turtles.
All right, Lindsay. Well, we thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Shut up. Yeah, Pete just walks in now. You see how Pete walks in right when we have to let you go. So, ignore Pete back here.
Hi, friend. Hi. There was an overturned semi-truck, and I told Rick to tell you.
Such is life.
There. That's what I feel about you, Rick. Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time as always, Lindsay. Good luck.
Of course. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.